raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question. We'll start with questions in English. Who'd like the first question? Timoni?
Hi, Naomi.
Hi.
Well played last week. Just curious, how are you feeling physically after the final?
I mean, I could be feeling better, but I could also be feeling worse. Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's it.
And just in general then, obviously, aside from the way the final ended, it was a great week, I thought. It was the best you played on grass, really. What were you most pleased with about your progress on the surface?
I would say I was most pleased with my mentality. I think, obviously I was able to play all those matches in straights, which is something a little unusual for me because sometimes I get distracted. But, like if they broke me, I was able to like focus right away and try to break them back. So I think that that's something that I'm happy about because I worked pretty hard on it. And I hope that it'll work here and then obviously transferring back onto hard court.
In terms of your fashion shows and
You think it's a
walk-ons,
show?
and walk-ons, how does Wimbledon's dress code fit in? Does it make it more challenging, or maybe it makes it easier because of the color restrictions?
You know what's interesting is literally everyone keeps asking me that. And I've never thought of like the color white being a restriction. I feel like there's so many different like patterns, fabrics, textures that you can use that I've never really even thought of it like it's something that hinders me. But I'm happy to know you think it's a fashion show.
To the front here.
So just going back to the foot, have you had a chance to, I know since you got here yesterday, a chance to practice here in Wimbledon, and if so, how was that practice given, the foot?
Yeah, I literally just practiced like an hour ago. So, I mean, I thought it was a good practice. It was kind of windy here compared to Germany, and the court is a little different, but I think overall it was a good first practice, and I'll just see what happens tomorrow with my warm-up and then the actual match.
No.
Hi, Naomi.
Hi.
I remember last year when you lost here, your section of the draw had kind of blown up a little bit, and you said, like, I was aware of what was going on. I felt like I had a good chance. I'm curious, like, between that and your success in Germany, has your thinking about what you can accomplish here evolved from where it was a few years ago? And how has it evolved?
Actually, I think I went like the complete other direction. So now, like, I don't really care anymore. I feel like I'm carefree in the way that I'm approaching it as I have to take it match by match. And I'm not putting pressure on myself really to like look ahead in the draw. And it's a little weird because now that I feel very carefree, I looked at the draw, which I don't do in like Germany and here. And I don't feel too stressed out about it. So I guess, yeah, I'll see what happens. And I feel like in slams, like seeds do lose randomly. So I can't ever put too much emphasis on who I might play or not.
Ben?
Oh my God, I didn't see you there.
Okay.
Hi.
How are you? I just wanted to ask about just pulling out, if you've done it in your career a few times, you've withdrawn when you're very close to a slam coming up. Just how much more nervous does that make you when you're feeling something on court and you have a huge tournament, so close approaching?
I mean, it doesn't make me nervous. It just makes me sad. Like, obviously I was able to get to a final last year. It didn't work out too well, and I really wanted to get to another one, and this was the one that I've gotten to, but I couldn't play. So, I mean, it just sucked, but I have another opportunity to do well here if I, try to be as healthy as I can be. So that's kind of my focus now, and I feel like it's all just really bad timing, and I also haven't played a string of long matches since Roland Garros, which ironically was my last tournament too. So
Yeah, last one in English-speaking media.
Hi, Naomi. I was so struck at the French Open when, after your loss, you were like, I'm in this place where, like, I know that this doesn't matter that much. Like, there's a ceiling on, this import in the world generally. How do you balance that with, like, the necessary competitive fire that you have to bring to do your job? Or is that, like, I guess, how did you get to that nice place? Because it is a hard place to be in, to strike, like, carrying the right amount, I guess. How long did it take you to get there? And can you tell me how you did it? Because I would love to get there.
yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like, I feel like I've kind of gone in waves of that, but I've never truly been able to stick to that, like, place where I felt very peaceful. But for some reason, I keep going back to, like, during COVID, I was talking to Iga on my live stream, and there was one moment I think she said, like, what do you want people to remember you by, or something like that. And I never wanted people to remember me, like, as a tennis player, really. And then when I sat there and I thought about it, like, the biggest joy for me is that Shai will always know me as her mom, not as a tennis player. And that's, like, my most important relationship. So at the end of the day, like, yes, I wake up and I immediately think about how can I be a better tennis player? Like, what can I do to train better, to be better, to, like, win tournaments, blah, blah, blah. But, like, that's not what gives me peace at night. So I started to think of this more like a job. Like, obviously it consumes, like, almost every waking moment of my brain, but it's healthier for me to just, be able to, like, clock in and clock out mentally.
Japanese media questions? Any questions from Japanese media? Go ahead.
こんにちは。
Konnichiwa.
芝ですごくいいプレーができてましたけれど、ロビーさんをこうトレーナーにして何か新しく芝のようにこう生きるようなトレーニングをしたとかそういうのはあったりしますか？
Yeah, I mean, I would say with Robbie, he made a lot of emphasis to stay low. So I don't know if I looked like I was lower than usual, but I feel like also on pushing off, that's something that I've improved a lot. And, I feel like maybe that has something to do with, like, my foot, because I put a lot of pressure in it now. But just staying really low and trying to move a lot faster in that low state.
Any more questions?
こんにちは。全仏オープンで過去最高成績で終わられて、その最高成績を残したことでそれが芝のトーナメントにも気持ち的にいい方向につながっている部分はありますか？
Yeah, I mean, for me, they're two completely different surfaces. And obviously going from one to the other was a little hard, but it was also fun. And I think, ironically, it's, like, my best results on both of those surfaces so far. And I hope that I can do well here too, to be able to, like, later in the weeks tell you that I did pretty well here. But yeah, I don't know, in my head I'm a little stuck. I just hope that I can continue to keep winning matches and doing well and tell you guys at the end of the day that I played well.
Any questions, please? Yep.
大坂さんはドローが出てもこうドロー全体は見ない、次の対戦相手しか見ないってやってますけど、例えば若い頃とかはこうドローを全部見て、2回勝ったらこうセリーナと当たれるみたいに考えたことはあるかっていうのと、すいません、セリーナの復帰について一つお願いします。
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I'll answer the first part. Yeah, I think when I was younger, I did used to look at draws a lot, and I think that it kind of affected me because I would play matches, and in those matches, I would think of my next opponent. So it's not like a nerve thing, but I just more want to focus on completing the tasks. Because even when we were in Germany, the draw for Wimbledon came out, and I was, like, asking Tomas, hey, should I look at the draw? While we were playing the semis, and he was just, like, focus on one thing at a time. And then I think you asked about Serena, or what do you want me to answer about Serena?
Just
What was the
the
question?
general feeling of her coming back as a, also singles, not only doubles but singles.
I mean, I think it's gonna be really interesting. Like, obviously, I'm gonna watch it. I think a lot of people are gonna watch it, and for me, I don't know. Like, a lot of people ask me if I wonder if I would play when I'm her age, and I always in my head say no, but you never know what happens and you never know what people go through. So I think it's going to be really entertaining. And for me, that's what sports is about a little bit.
Okay. Last question. Yeah, last question.
Hey.
こんにちは。錦織選手も引退を決めましたが、セリーナさんも40を超えて復帰されて、大坂さん自体はいつまでテニスは、プレイヤーとしてやりたいというふうに今は考えていることはありますか?
Yeah. The K news is really sad to me. I don't know. I just grew up watching him, and then I was able to play in the same time as him. But yeah, I mean, Monfils too is retiring this year, so it's really sad. Like, all of my favorite players are kind of going away. But when I think about my career, I'm kind of looking at it with like side eye because I feel like I disappear and come back randomly. And a part of me is like, I don't know why I do that. I don't know if it's because I never want to announce that I'm going away, so I can't really commit. But I mean, I feel good with where I am now, but I just never, I don't know, I don't like putting a timeline on things. Like, I do my fashion shows because I enjoy it. Like, it makes me happy to come to slams and like try the hardest that I can and like kind of, entertain people. So for me, that's something that pushes me to stay longer. And yeah, but if you ask me if I'll play until I'm 44, my back hurts, everything hurts at this point, and I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I can't put a timeline on my career. It would be really cool if we could, but I feel like for me at this point, it's like grateful to see another day and just hope to keep going.